What's going on, guys? Today I'm here with a really special treat. I'm here with Beaux Pilgrim. How you doing, Beaux?
Great, good to be here.
Beaux, yes, absolutely. Beaux is an awesome agent. He's based out of Louisiana. What city in Louisiana?
It's in a town called Vidalia.
Vidalia. No idea where that is, but that's where Beau's at.
On the Mississippi River.
Okay.
I can tell you that.
Okay, there you go.
We're a long way from New Orleans. Everybody knows where New Orleans is. I'm a long way from New Orleans.
Okay, got it. And Beaux is an insurance agent. Him and I have gotten to know each other over the years. We use a lot of the same systems. We use a similar CRM, which is how we keep in contact with our clients and make the experience the best as it can be. And so we just got to know each other over the years, and we collaborate a lot. Beau's really helpful to me personally, but today we wanted to come together and share some crazy claim stories.
Oh no, there's a ton of them in there.
Never ending.
All kinds of crazy things that happen in the insurance world. Believe it or not, it's not all boring.
Yes, we're not just boring people sitting at a desk. Fun stuff does happen. Right. So today we're going to give you a few stories we hope you enjoy, but let's get started.
When I first started working in the insurance industry, I had this claim where I had an adjuster call me about a claim that was going on. It was a scenario where the insured tree fell on the neighbor's fence. Fell on the fence and then also fell on their septic system. Whoa. You know, we live in a rural area and a lot of people have a septic system instead of having a sewer system. So you know what goes in that, right?
Yep.
Well, the tree fell over. There was a claim, it was just, we had a windstorm come through and it knocked the tree over, causing the damage. And well, that is what's technically called an act of God, which is not typically covered under any liability insurance. Yep. Well, the adjuster calls me up and said, "Hey, look, Beau, I've got this situation and I've not ever seen anything like this before." And I'm thinking like, okay, this is kind of crazy because look, claims adjusters see all kinds of things all the time. Well, he starts to tell me, he says, "Look, you know, the tree fell over on their septic system. What backs up?" Well, they find out that we're going to deny the claim. So they get out into the yard and start having a arguing fight. Oh no. Well, things get really heated and one of them picks up some sewage sludge, slings it on the other one. So the other one picks up some, slings it on the other one. And needless to say, now we've got a lawsuit.
Oh my gosh, so they were having a poop fight.
Pretty much, yeah, a poop fight.
I love it. Good stuff, and that is impressive when you stump a claims adjuster.
Yes.
They've never seen it. That's impressive.
Yes, definitely. First time ever. So you got a claims story you'd like to tell about?
Yeah. So we had this client that nobody liked in my agency. Anytime she called the CSR, my customer service representative, she would get upset. She wouldn't want to talk to her. Just one of those clients that just bugs you all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, also, I love to watch the news. I watch the news every morning. I was watching my favorite news channel and I noticed the weatherman was not there. And they said, "Hey," I forget his name, I shouldn't say his name. They said, "He's not in today, he was in an accident. Hopefully he's okay." And I thought, okay, let's see what happens. Then I'm watching the news the next day and he's back. And he says, "Yeah, I was in a car accident, but I feel fine. But I probably should call Lerner and Rowe." I don't know if you know Lerner and Rowe, they're huge here in Arizona, but they're like your personal injury attorneys. And I kind of laughed to myself and I said, "Dude, you're back at work the very next day. It couldn't have been that bad."
How bad can it be?
Right? So then fast forward a week or two and I get a call from this client. She sheepishly tells me, "Hey, my daughter last night, or my daughter a few weeks ago, who doesn't live with me and who actually we aren't on good terms, she broke into my house last night, into my garage and stole my car."
Oh my gosh.
And I shouldn't say nighttime, I should say like morning time, like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
She was high as a kite. Took her mom's car, driving it down the road in the wrong direction. This weatherman on his way to work, because he's on the morning news, she head-on collision with this guy.
Oh, golly.
It could have been a lot worse, but obviously we know it wasn't that bad because he was at work the next day.
Sounds like you're making this up.
So then she files the claim. I didn't think they were going to pay the claim because of the permissive use. You know, if you do not have permission to drive that car, they could technically deny it. I didn't think they were going to.
Right.
They were suing my insured for the full $300,000 policy limit. Jeez. The insurance company, no questions asked, just because of the situation, they paid the $300,000.
Wow.
And then get this is the best part. Literally 2 weeks after the payout to the weatherman, he retired.
Imagine that. He just got 300 grand. Of course he did.
He was probably going to work another year or two, but then he got his payday of 300,000 and he retired.
Wow, that is crazy. That reminds me of a claim that we had actually just a couple of years ago. We had a client that was inside the city. I live in a rural area, but they were inside of the city that's close by. Was stopped at a red light and someone rear-ended them. And it was him and also some family members there. They were there visiting somebody, and the claim is going along just fine. We turned the claim in. It's going along just fine. The other party is taking care of the damages to our client's vehicle. Well, the client then comes in one day and he's like visibly upset. And he comes in and he says, man, he says, one of my passengers, who's my brother-in-law, is suing me.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, he just stops for a second, like he's obviously upset, and he's like, can he do that? And they're like, well, unfortunately, yes, but anyway.
That's family, man, that's messed up.
Oh, no kidding. Well, he did wind up with the good news is that he did wind up dropping it.
Okay.
But the other person's insurance did wind up taking care of whatever the different damages were that were, at least in my opinion, in his mind, but but anyway, it did take care of it.
That just goes to show you, like, you honestly can never trust anybody. There's a lot of times where people say, oh, I don't need that coverage, I don't need this because my family would never do this or that would never happen. You never know.
You don't. I mean, the thing was, the claim was not even that bad. Like, it was very minor damage to the vehicle. But, you just never know.
You never know.
You never know what happened.
Yep. Let me tell you one more. Okay. One more that I have. So this was about 2 years ago. I have a client, very good client. She owns a condo and her daughter actually lived in the condo. She was college age, so her mom would go over there and visit often just because she was young, check on her, make sure. She went over there almost every day. And for about 2 weeks, she would go over there, visit her daughter and say, something smells really bad. What is it? What is that smell? And the daughter, because she had been living in it, she said, no, Mom, you just have a sensitive nose. I can't smell anything, everything's okay. But the mom kept persisting. Something smells bad, something smells bad.
Right.
After about 2 weeks, the daughter finally realized, wow, my mom is actually right. Something does smell really bad. It got so bad to where the daughter couldn't even live in the condo.
Really?
They couldn't figure out where the smell was coming from. They had no idea, but it got so bad. Her clothes started smelling, her furniture started smelling, like there was no way to get rid of the smell, but they couldn't figure out what it was.
Right.
So after a few more weeks, they find out her neighbor had died. And he had been sitting in the house, and keep in mind, we're in Arizona, we're in the middle of the summer.
Very hot.
And if this guy died, who knows if his AC was on?
Right.
I mean, he's in a house that's 120 degrees, and he had been there for like a month.
Oh my gosh.
The smell was so bad, and they're living in condos to where everything's so close together, it just permeated into her condo.
Wow.
They had to take the clothes out and clean them. They had to remove the furniture. Basically anything inside the house they had to take out and get clean.
They had to like repaint and everything.
Yes. And it turns out it wasn't just her condo, but all the surrounding condos. It ruined all of them with the horrible smell.
Imagine the condo itself where the person died.
Yeah, that's a whole other story. But that just goes to show too, I mean, there are so many different claim scenarios. You never know what's gonna happen.
Oh, I know it. So I got one more scenario I'm gonna tell about. So we had this client that had a fire.
Okay.
It was a pretty large fire, several $100,000s. Fire department responded. There was all kind of different rumors going through the area because we're in a really small rural area. And wound up finding out, finally the person that started the fire got arrested. And the story that comes out is the guy was high on crystal meth.
Oh my gosh.
Thought he was seeing demons.
Oh no.
And to combat him, he was setting toilet paper on fire and throwing it at him. From what I understand, so he starts the fire in the room and runs out hollering, I did it, I had to burn those demons.
Oh my gosh.
Just unbelievable. The things that people do, just crazy.
You can't make it up.
No, absolutely not. But but the thing that all these stories tell you about though is that you've got to make sure you got your coverage right, because you never know when some sort of crazy claim is going to happen.
Absolutely.
That could just potentially just ruin you financially.
Absolutely.
So that's why you should always make sure you get a really good trusted agent like a Michael Overstreet. And,
absolutely. And like Beaux,
right.
Beaux knows. All right, guys, so those were some awesome stories, some good laughs. That just goes to show you the importance of having a good policy. Educating yourself, having an agent that can educate you to make sure you have the right coverage, because you literally never know what's going to happen.
Exactly, you don't know. I'm still just sitting here scratching my head over the whole thing with the anchor man.
Right.
That's crazy.
Or I mean, who knows? You could be tomorrow. Your neighbors could start throwing poop at you.
That's right. You never know.
You never know.
It could happen together.
Could happen together. You never know. So make sure you educate yourself, get the right policy, and then when the unexpected happens, you will be covered and you will be happy. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
All right, bye.